Hey, welcome back. Today is April 21st, Wednesday, and before anything else today, I want to say that I've seen some fake profiles in the YouTube comment section below impersonating my name or profile picture, asking you guys to contact some random number or individual. Do not contact any random numbers or individuals. That is not me. If you see a fake profile like that, it's better if you guys report it. Now, I'm not feeling as well today, so I'll be doing a more consolidated post and I'll be talking about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, before diving into the Graph token, GRTUSD, and Ankr token, ANKRUSD, and see what has gone on in these markets. I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I'll be keeping updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks after you sign up for an account and deposit $100 US, and I will also get a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I am purely sharing my own speculation and opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. See what's going on in this market first. Most importantly, I do take a look into Bitcoin dominance. Tells me where the money could be trending into. Would it be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither? Right now, we do have Bitcoin dominance down over 1%. This breaks down to Bitcoin right now down almost 3%. Total altcoin market cap pulling back by less than that of Bitcoin's down about 0.7%. Now, this would still be the downside of Bitcoin dominance trending downwards, is that we usually see total altcoin market cap pulling back by less than that of Bitcoin's. I usually emphasize Bitcoin dominance to trend downwards. That's generally speaking better for the altcoins on both the upside and downside. Because conversely speaking, if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards and Bitcoin pulls back, I will usually see total altcoin market cap pulling back by more than that of Bitcoin's. Now, on the weekly time frame here for Bitcoin dominance, as I've been saying, we have been in a falling wedge pattern, which is generally a bullish pattern. Now, we did get very close to that bottom trend line there last week. Okay, last week's candle close, and right now it does seem like we are picking up steam again to actually break this falling wedge pattern. In my opinion here, we are breaking that falling wedge pattern right now, even though we don't have a weekly candle close. Because a falling wedge pattern, the end of the falling wedge pattern is supposed to be tighter. But if we actually do continue expanding the end of the falling wedge pattern, that tells me that the bearish price action here is still picking up steam. So in my opinion here, we are breaking that falling wedge pattern, even though we don't have a weekly candle close here. Now, if Bitcoin dominance continues downwards, that's more ideal for the altcoins. The next key support I am seeing here for Bitcoin dominance is at about that 50% fib level area here. Let's go over to Bitcoin and see what has gone on in here. As I have mentioned on the weekly time frame, I've seen bearish divergence on this weekly time frame here with 3 consecutive higher highs. However, 3 consecutive lower highs on the RSI, and that's classic bearish divergence. The safer signal I'm still looking for here to tell me the bearish divergence is then playing out on this time frame will be seeing a higher high on the price action chart along with a higher high on the RSI. The last high RSI reading to beat here is coming from this little top at about 73. Monthly time frame, we have been having bearish divergence for quite some time here. Okay, we had a higher high, this high comparing to this high. Has not yet played out until now, but we still have about 9 more days left on the month, so still pretty early to say something conclusive about it, even and with the fact that this candle is not looking too bearish. Okay, Not something I lose track of because do take a look into the last few times. Bitcoin did get into very overbought territory here on this monthly time frame. Daily time frame, key resistance, the daily 50 MA. Next one up, the daily 21 MA. As I have mentioned yesterday, I do see a small falling wedge pattern here. Okay, measure target is right underneath 63K. Price action looks like it has broken out of that pattern and got resistance from that daily 50 MA here. Key support would be the daily, the 3-day 21 MA, which is the blue line here, which I did expect to say, to expect to be a pretty good support because it has not been touched since back in October 2020 there. Okay. However, if this support does not hold, I could expect more downside for Bitcoin and the altcoins, as we have seen for the past couple of days and probably over and over again. Whenever Bitcoin does pull back, it usually does have a bearish effect on the altcoins. That bearish effect would be greater if Bitcoin dominance is trending higher. Let's go over to GRT first and see what has gone on in here. I'm going to take a look from the monthly time frame down to the daily, which I consider them to be macro time frames, and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios. Monthly time frame here, we don't have readings, so let's move down to the weekly. Currently at about 59 here, just right under 59. I can't say anything about possible bearish divergence here because we don't have a weekly RSI reading on this top. Okay, so let's move down to the 3-day. Where I do see a RSI reading here of just about 50. The last high RSI reading to beat to negate bearish divergence here, if the price action was to make a higher high on this time frame, is about 83 coming from this top right here. Daily time frame, we're currently about 40. And very similar thing could be said about negating bearish divergence. I'll be looking at this top right here if the price action was to make a higher high. Let's take a look into what has gone on since last time. Since last time here, I did say there was a falling wedge pattern. Breakout of that pattern was about, the measure target was about $3.05 there, measure target. And measure targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Also, price action did break out of that pattern. Got rejection at about $2.20, which I did say to expect resistance from that price range because coming from this group of past trading resistance there, okay? Price level got as far as about $2.20 before getting rejected all the way back down to about $1.40. Now, let's see what else could be happening here. Okay, I did say there was a development of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that could have been forming, okay, as we did get the left side of that inverse head and shoulders pattern on the left side here, even before the breakout of that falling wedge pattern, and after the breakout, the price action has been supported by that $1.65 FIB level area until recently, starting from April 16th and up to about April 19th there, before we got that bounce, where the price action looked a lot similar to that price action of Bitcoin, okay? April 16th to April 19th here, okay? So this is why I do not ignore Bitcoin, and I always talk about it first. So quite a bit of correlated pullbacks there. And Bitcoin pullbacks has pulled quite a bit of the altcoins down with it, and did not look like this coin was actually spared. Now, what could be going on in here is that I could chart a smaller falling wedge pattern here, okay? Now, falling wedge patterns, according to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternSite.com, it is a 68% chance of it breaking to the upside, and this is on the daily time frame here. Now, if the price action actually breaks out by considering the support here holding, okay, this key support holding at about the $1.35 FIB level area, then the measure target would be about $1.98 measure target, considering that the price action breaks out by this point right here, okay, and that this key support at about $1.35 holds. Let's take a look into some of the key supports and resistances relevant to this price action right now. Key resistance immediately would be about the $1.65 fib level area. Next up would be the daily 21 MA and 50. So basically all those key supports, those then key supports the price action has broken down from now has become key resistance, okay? So key resistance, if I said key supports earlier, excuse me, correction. Key resistance, $1.65 fib level area. Next up, daily 21 MA and the 50 is right above it. The 3-day 21 MA is actually right above it as well. That's at about $1.80 right now. After that, I could expect resistance from the $2 fib level area, $2.20 price range again, and then I can refer back to this group of wicks right here for past trading resistance, as that could be resistance as well on the way back up if the price action was to go back up. Key support here immediately would be about the $1.35 fib level area, and the significance of that will also be if the price action gets a daily candle close at about this area, and very similar to this previous low right here, which was also the head level of that inverse head and shoulders pattern, that would invalidate this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Below the $1.35 fib level area, I could expect key support here at about the $1.10 fib level area, okay? The weekly 21 MA has not appeared yet, so we don't have any other major moving averages below that. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action breaks out of this smaller falling wedge pattern here on this daily time frame and go towards this measured target, mining some of those resistance levels I have just pointed out, as those could be points of rejection. Now, measured targets, like I said, are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Also, preferably for the bulls here, if the price action can actually break out of this falling wedge pattern without getting a daily candle close similar to that previous low there, okay, that'd be more preferable, because then this inverse head and shoulders pattern is still in play, even though we have a slightly lower shoulder here than on the left side here. But I think the difference is very small, and I think it's still fair enough to say that as long as we don't get a daily candle close at about the $1.35 price level, or even lower than this previous daily candle close here, we will still have a inverse head and shoulders pattern. So bullish case scenario, let me repeat, price action breaks out of this smaller falling wedge pattern, preferably not invalidating this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and breaks out of it and go towards its measured targets, mining some of those resistance levels I have just pointed out. Bearish case scenario, price action breaks its bottom trend line. That should also take into consideration of breaking this $1.35 fib level area. The next level of key support I'll be looking at would be about the $1.10 fib level area here, and seeing if that holds. Let's take a look into Ankr. See what has gone on in here. I'm going to take a look from the monthly time frame down to the daily and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios. Monthly time frame here, we're currently about 91 RSI reading. That's about 91 out of 100. That is still very overbought. And I know some of you guys have pointed out to me that in a bull run that some markets could stay in overbought for quite some time. I don't disagree with that. But I just want to say that if the RSI reading, the higher the RSI reading gets, the higher probability of a pullback, even staying in overbought territory, okay? Now, let's go over to the weekly time frame, where I do see a RSI reading of about 79 here, and if the price action was to make a higher high, I think that the difference here is too small here comparing to these two highs, but I would still say safely, if the price action was to make a higher high here, the last high RSI reading to beat here would still be about 97 to negate bearish divergence. 3-day time frame, we already had bearish divergence on here, comparing this high with this high. However, lower highs on the RSI, and we're getting that pullback right now. Bearish divergence, more often than not, can still signal a pullback, okay, as we have seen on that Bitcoin chart, the weekly chart. Currently, RSI is about 72, and if the price action was to make a higher high here, it does need to beat the last high RSI reading here to negate bearish divergence. Daily time frame, we're currently at about 51. The price action was to make a higher high here. It does need to beat the last high RSI reading of about 86 to negate bearish divergence. Let's see what has gone on in here since last time. Since last time, I did say that there was an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is generally a bullish pattern. Price action did get as far up as about 21 cents before getting rejected. Okay, we have not been able to get a daily candle close above that 20 cents resistance here of the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Got as far down as about almost 13 cents here. Okay, right now I do still chart a smaller falling wedge pattern here, which has been the theme as what I've seen with GRT and Bitcoin. Okay, now this pullback here, which started about April 18th to April 19th, most notably, very similar with Bitcoin chart as well, where Bitcoin got that very dramatic pullback on April 19th and followed up by another one here on April 19th before getting a bounce. Now, this is a validated falling wedge pattern, as we do have two sets of swings up and two sets of swings down. And again, falling wedge patterns, according to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternstart.com, it is a 68% chance of it breaking to the upside. And if it breaks to the upside by the absolute apex of this snapshot right here, the measure target is about 18.75 cents measure targets. And again, measure targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action more or less. Let's take a look into some of the key supports and resistances relevant to this price action right now. Key resistance would be about the 15 cents fib level area, okay, about the 15 cents fib level area, followed up by the daily 21 MA, the blue line here. The next key one would be the 20 cents resistance again. Key support immediately would be about the 12.5 cents fib level area. Next up, the daily 50 MA. The 3-day 21 MA is catching up to the 10 cents fib level area here, which this 3-day time frame actually closes in about 2 hours. So I do expect that to come up further to about the 10 cents fib level area as well. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action breaks out of this falling wedge pattern and go towards its measured target, mining some of those resistance levels I have just pointed out, as those could be points of rejection. Bearish case scenario, price action breaks this bottom trend line here. That should take into consideration of breaking this 12.5 cents fib level area here. The next level of key support I'll be looking at will be the daily 50 MA. If that does not hold, the next one would be about the 10 cents fib level area, which would be the 3-day 21 MA. In those case scenarios, I would stretch out this bottom trend line and actually see if a falling wedge pattern shape still stays intact, okay? Whilst also seeing if these key support areas hold. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I'd love to hear them. Hope you manage your risk carefully, and if you'd like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.